To her discontent, fate handed Madame Mathilde a birth into a family of artisans, a class much lower than she felt that she deserved. She was pretty and charming, but possessed no way to make her mark upon a man of much wealth and distinction. She ended up married to a clerk. They were not so bad off, but not so well off either. Nevertheless, the lady felt as if she had married far below her status. She imagined for herself a home full of luxuries, servers delivered her delicate foods on beautiful platters, and believed she was meant to wear beautiful gowns and jewels. But this was not her reality. She felt betrayed by fate and often wept over what her life could have been. One evening, her husband returned home with an exultant air.
Here is something for you.
Oh, okay. The Minister of Education and Madame Ramponneau request the pleasure of the company of Monsieur and Madame Boisel at the Ministry on the evening of Monday, January the 18th. What do you want me to do with that?
Why, darling, I thought you'd be pleased. It's very, very prestigious. Not a lot of clerks get invited, especially not someone like me. It's such a wonderful opportunity. All the big people will be there.
And what do you suppose I wear to such an affair?
He had not thought about that.
What about the dress you go to the theater in? It's very nice to me.
The poor man was stupefied, at another loss. His wife was beginning to cry, and he had no idea what to do.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
It's nothing. I don't really have anything to wear. So you should just give the invitation to somebody whose wife will be more suited than I shall be.
The man was heartbroken.
Oh, well, look, my dear. What would be the cost of a suitable dress? Something very simple that you could wear again.
Well, I don't really know for sure, but maybe 400 francs. Good.
What the lady did not know was that her poor husband had been saving for a new gun for that same price. He was intending to get a little shooting next summer on the plain of Nanterre with some friends who went lark shooting there on Sundays. Nevertheless, the kind man said,
Very well. I will give you 400 francs. But please try and get a very nice dress for the money.
The day of the party drew near, and Madame Loisel seemed sad, uneasy, and anxious, even though her dress was all ready for the big night.
Could get you 2 or 3 gorgeous roses.
No! There's nothing more miserable than looking poor in front of a bunch of rich women. Nothing.
Oh. Why don't you borrow some jewels from Madame Forestier? You know her quite well enough for that.
That's so true. I never thought of that.
Yes.
The next day, Madame Loisel visited the residence of her wealthy friend she had known since childhood.
That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Do you have a necklace that I could wear to go with it? Of this ball and yeah, thank you.
Choose, my dear. I have a plethora.
First, she saw some bracelets, then a pearl necklace, then a cross and gold and gems of exquisite workmanship. She tried the effect of the jewels before the mirror, hesitating, unable to make up her mind to leave them, to give them up. She kept on asking,
Do you have anything else?
Of course, anything you'd like. That's what I brought for you.
Suddenly, she discovered in a black bag a superb diamond necklace. Her hands trembled as she lifted it. She fastened it around her neck, upon her high dress, and remained in ecstasy at sight of herself.
Can I borrow this one?
Yes,
Just this one?
yes,
Oh,
of course.
thank you.
of the party arrived. Mademoiselle was a success. She was the prettiest woman present, elegant, graceful, smiling, and quite above herself with happiness. All the men stared at her, inquired her name, and asked to be introduced to her. All the undersecretaries of state were eager to waltz with her. The minister noticed her. She danced madly, ecstatically, drunk with pleasure, with no thought for anything, in the triumph of her beauty, in the pride of her success, and a cloud of happiness made up of this universal homage and admiration of the desire she had aroused, of the completeness of a victory so dear to her feminine heart. She left about 4 o'clock in the morning. Since midnight, her husband has been dozing off in a little deserted room, in company with 3 other men whose wives were out having a good time. He threw over her shoulders the garments he had brought for them to go home in, modest everyday clothes, whose poverty clashed with the beauty of her ball dress. She was conscious of this and was anxious to hurry away, so that she would not be noticed by the other women putting on their costly furs.
Okay, wait here. I don't want you to catch a cold. I'm gonna go hail a cab and I'll be right back for you.
Okay.
No.
But she did not listen to him and rapidly descended the staircase. When they were out in the street, they could not find a cab. They began to look for one, shouting at the drivers whom they saw passing in the distance. They walked down towards the scene, desperate and shivering. At last they found a cab.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What's the matter?
Oh my god! I think I lost Miss Madame Forestier's necklace. I don't have it.
Did you leave
What
it
the
at the
heck?
ball?
No. I mean, I remember touching it when we were at the ministry.
Surely it's somewhere. Is it in your coat? Is it?
No, it's nowhere. It's nowhere.
Could it have fallen?
No, I think we would have heard a clink. Surely we would have heard a clink.
Okay.
Did you get the number of the cab guy?
No.
No. Okay.
We'll go back and we'll look. I'll go back. I'll look all over the grounds. I'll just check everything. You go inside, write Madame Forestier a letter saying that the clasp was broken.
Okay.
And that we're going to get it mended, and it'll be a little bit of a delay getting it back to her.
Okay.
But she'll get it back. We'll find it.
Okay. We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine.
By the end of the week, they had aged 5 years and lost all hope.
We must see about replacing the diamonds.
In a shop at the Palace Royal, they found the string of diamonds which seemed to them exactly like the one they were looking for. It was worth 40,000 francs. They were allowed to have it for 36,000. They begged the jeweler not to sell it for 3 days. Loisel possessed 18,000 francs left to him by his father. He intended to borrow the rest. And he did borrow it, getting 1,000 from one man, 500 from another, 5 here, 3 there. He entered into agreements and did business with moneylenders. He sacrificed the whole remaining years of his existence, risked his signature without even knowing if he could honor it, and appalled at the agonizing face of the future, at the black misery about to fall upon him, at the prospect of every possible physical privation and moral torture, he wanted to get the new necklace and put down upon the jeweler's counter 36,000 francs. Madame Loisel came to know the ghastly life of abject poverty. This fearful debt must be paid off. She would pay it. She came to know the work of the house, the hateful duties of the kitchen. She swept the floors vigorously. She washed the plates, wearing out her pink nails on the coarse pottery in the bottoms of the pan. Every month, notes had to be paid off. Others renewed, time gained. Her husband worked in the evenings at putting straight a merchant's account, and often at night he did copying at 2 pence half a penny a page. And this life lasted for 10 years. At the end of the 10 years, everything was paid off. Everything. The usurers, changes, and the accumulation of the superimposed interest. One Sunday, as she had gone for a walk along the Champs-Élysées to freshen herself after the labors of the week, she caught sight suddenly of a woman who was taking a child out for a walk. It was Madame Forestier, still young, still beautiful, still attractive. Madame Loisel was conscious of some emotion. Should she speak to her? Yes, certainly. And now that she had paid, she would tell her all. Why not? She went up to her.
Good morning to you. But, Madame, you must be mistaken. I don't know who you are. I'm Mathilde Loisel. send it to me.
No. I bought you a fake one that looks just like it. And we spent 10 years paying it off. And you say that wasn't very easy for us because we had no money, but it's all paid off, so I'm glad for that at least.
Oh, my poor Mathilde. The necklace I lent you was simply imitation diamonds. It was worth nothing more than 500 francs. Simply Fox diamonds.
Is that how you say
That's funny.
Okay. Should we do it like that?
Yeah.
My dad's there.